Atheists, if God were real, he would know what would convince you. Not really. It's not really about what would convince you, but if you are willing to accept the truth that was presented. Let me give you 3 examples. In Revelation 21 verses 19 to 20, it mentions all the stones the Lord will use for the foundations of the wall of the city, the New Jerusalem. All these stones are anisotropic, meaning that in pure light, all these stones turn into all the colors of the rainbow. Contrary to diamond and almandite, which lose all their color, they go black. They're isotropic. Only recently have we discovered this property, and God gave this information to John 2,000 years ago. How did John know to write all the anisotropic stones? In Revelation 11 verse 9 it says, "For 3.5 days some from the peoples and tribes and languages and nations will gaze at their dead bodies and refuse to let them be placed in a tomb." How would people look at their bodies from different parts of the world? How? Did the Bible predict the inventions of the television and the internet? And now, my favorite one. Mark 8 verses 22 to 26 tells the history of how Jesus healed a blind man. Jesus put spit on his eyes and laid his hands on him and asked him, "Do you see anything?" The blind man said he saw people, but that they looked like trees walking. Then Jesus put his hands on his eyes again, and his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Only in the last 100 years, since we've had surgeries to heal people's blindness, have we realized that healing blindness is a 2-stage act. You have to heal the optical side first, but then it takes sometimes days or weeks for the brain to be able to process the image that it's getting. It's called visual agnosia. Let me guess what your response will be. It's either this proves nothing, or we don't truly know whatever this means. And therefore, you will not put your trust into the evidence provided. Faith means trust, correct? So, it is true. Christianity is all about faith. However, that faith, that trust, comes from the evidence, and that evidence is God's previous actions. Not only the ones recorded in the Bible, but also in our personal lives. But you don't accept testimonies as evidence. They're anecdotal evidence. Oh, well. If God were real, he would know what would convince you. Not really. If God were real, he would test your hearts. We all know what the truth is, and we all know how we deceive ourselves into rejecting it. Abortion is murder. It is a life, and it is not simply a clump of cells. We all know this. Now, someone who rejects this truth and other truths because those truths don't serve them, is God the problem, or is it you? It's annoying hearing people professing Jesus, but not all the way. They still think the Bible is not to be taken literally, and we're stuck in some kind of simulation or whatever, where we're supposed to give birth to artificial intelligence. And the same applies to you. There's something weird going on in our lives. The Bible talks about it, but the reason has to be, it has to be naturalistic, inside the universe, time travel, multiverse, or alien, anything and everything but God. Why? Nothing will ever convince you because the truth is the one that you don't like. You actually would prefer to spend the rest of your life speculating and exploring than to give your life to Christ.